Hey, what's up everyone? I'm David Pitts, head of video here at Baeblemusic. Every year we like to make a list of our favorite Baeble moments of the year, but this year we thought it might be fun to gather some of the people who make Baeble go and talk about some of our favorite moments we captured this year.
When my haters, I don't got them, I'm not famous, no.
So joining me today is David Moffley, our fearless founder, Kiki, who leads our editorial charge, and of course Indy, queen of the socials. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Hello.
All right, hello.
We filmed a lot of videos this year. We filmed a lot of sessions, a lot of concerts, did a lot of interesting interviews. One of the ones that was kind of popped up on everyone's list was Sophie Tucker.
They're stars. My adjectives are amazing and super charming. But I saw them Thursday night, and you could just kind of tell these guys are going to be huge.
Yeah, you guys saw them at Panorama a couple days before they came in, right?
Yeah.
Hung out with them a little bit.
They were awesome, so casual and fun, and just made fun of themselves, and were awesome to hang out with. I feel like the word unique is so overused, but for Sophie Tucker, for our sessions, I feel like it was one of the most unique sessions we've had.
No, but I really agree. Like, I think Sophie takes old Brazilian poems and then uses them in their tracks. So that's like, I've never heard of anyone doing that before.
Yeah,
It's
really-
beautiful, yeah.
It was
They really
so
don't
pretty.
sound like anyone. Another big session that popped up on everybody's list. I think we kind of knew going into this session that it was gonna end up on the year-end list. Was the Clean Bandit and Anne Marie session that we did over at Atlantic Studios.
So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Rock-a-bye.
The thing that's, looking back at that one, for me, like the thing that's amazing is like they did 3 songs and it was like a hit parade. It was like they did Rockabye, Rather Be, and Ciao Adios, and all 3 of those songs like blew up. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
wasn't that the day we saw Ed Sheeran?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
saw him. I was like filming you.
I saw him in the bathroom. He said hello to me in the bathroom.
Now she got a 6-year-old.
What do you guys think of Hanson?
Oh my God.
All of the yes.
Finally it's Christmas, the dark delays, and it's only sweet to get the stockings up. Time for Christmas Day.
I was sad they didn't perform Mbop, but I got over it fairly quickly.
That's 2 sessions with Hanson.
And no M-Bop.
No
I mean,
Mbop.
what? I mean, where's the love?
We've been waiting all year.
Kirsten, you really enjoyed Emily Warren.
Yes, I did.
I need you, I need you, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling. I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. Don't let me down, don't let me down.
I mean, that was like for a writer's block, so I really got to just dive in to the songwriting process with her, which I thought was really interesting because before she started making her own music, she did a lot of songwriting for other artists, which I just find really fascinating. Like artists like her and Julia Michaels, who I mentioned before, like I just am so fascinated by the behind the scenes type of things. So getting to ask her about, writing hits for like Jessie J and the Chainsmokers, and then working with Friendship on that huge song that I listened to for like a solid, Capsize.
Yeah.
I listened to that for like a year before I got to interview her. So like that in itself was cool. And yeah, she just like mentioned a lot of really cool things about like how she's written like 700 songs and only a few of them get through.
Yeah.
That just was really
Wild.
interesting to me.
India,
Yeah.
Yoke Lore or Crystal Fighters. They were both on your
Yeah.
list.
2 feet against me, beyond my reach.
I have a very special place in my heart for Yoke Lore. I think he's so talented, and he's all I listen to for like since we had the session with him. It's kind of funny because I like made fun of him a little bit before. I mean, not like I made fun of his website, but then he came in and I realized I actually had listened to one of his songs for like a year before he came in. And yeah, and then I realized I had a huge crush on him, so then that happened too. And yeah.
So
You
are
heard it
jealous
here
he-
first.
Oh,
Yoke
yeah?
Lore.
Are you jealous he hugged me goodbye and not you?
He did hug me goodbye too.
And David, you had a moment during Robert Randolph and the Family when they were here.
That's all, every night and day. I can roll till the fade away.
You know, traditionally, the session stops and everybody gets up and the lights, the cameras go off
Yeah.
And
this
this
session
time-
was so loud, by the way.
and it never ended. I
It
mean,
was amazing.
It was so loud.
I mean,
Good though.
sort of the session ended, and Robert just kept playing, and then his sister was over on the couch, kept singing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like this magical moment of interplay between that can only really happen with siblings, and it gave me the chills. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah. Bands and Brews. My favorite part of the summer. We had a lot of great stuff this year. But before we get into the summer version, I want to touch on Marion Hill.
Are you
That was just an incredible little shindig right here. There were like maybe 70 people here. We almost had a moment with a construction crew that nearly ruined the whole party. They were drilling on the roof. We
And
had
by
to
the way,
beg them.
They drilled a hole through the ceiling into the space.
Yeah, it was crazy. We begged them to stop, and somehow they stopped. And the show was amazing. It was another like great timing once again because we filmed it, and then like 2 weeks later, down was everywhere.
Everyone was dancing, like getting down to Marion Hill. And
Yeah.
Hannah Gill opened, and they were awesome too. That hurt Hannah's voice.
So
Yeah.
soulful.
Oh, so soulful.
First event outside this summer was a good one. We had Iron Tom, crazy sound, crazy guitars, drums. They're a little wild. And then the Sufferers came on after them, and I know the Sufferers appeared on a lot of your lists.
They just are going to own soul and sort of big band soul in America.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, they're just so good, and just the musicality and just the infectious nature of Cam Franklin and what they do. It's amazing.
Like Brooklyn crowds, New York crowds can be a little
Yeah.
stiff sometimes, and she completely changed that.
Yeah.
Totally.
She was like, stop worrying about how you look. Like, and then they kept asking us, where are we from? And she made everyone
Oh, yeah.
scream back where they're from over and over
The
again.
band name, We Are the Sufferers.
The band name.
From Houston.
Yeah, I loved that.
Did you have a good time? Did you remember the name of the band? Did you remember where we were from? All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
And I should mention our last Bands and Brews with Shade.
It's too much. How can I resist your touch? Finding you
Shade was great. It was our second encounter with them. They came by this space about a year ago, sessions on the site.
And the concert.
Yeah, and then they came back for the concert, and like it was amazing to see the growth of that band in a year. They should be stars.
Yeah.
They're big waiting to happen, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be tour dogs in 18, and they're gonna go. They've got the songs, they've got the sound.
Yep.
They just need to tour like hell,
Yep.
and because people love them.
Show of hands. Show of hands. Who here thought Portugal The Man would be one of the biggest bands of the year at the start of 2017?
Never.
No one, right?
I'm Zach Carruthers, play bass for Portugal The Man.
I'm Eric Hawk. I play guitar for Portugal The Man, and we're in New York City.
The Big Apple.
Feel It Still is the longest #1 song on Billboard alternative charts in like 8 years or something.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That damn song.
Still
It is
so
so
good.
good.
It's
Still
so
jamming
good.
to that song.
I'm still not sick of it.
No, it's
Yeah.
so
Every time it
good.
comes
So
on.
fresh.
So
Feel good.
Yeah, so we got to sit down with them, or Kirsten got to sit down with them this summer.
So cool.
It was one of the funnier
Yeah.
interviews. They are some of the most low-key, hilarious people that we've encountered for sure. Do you remember any of the Alaska stories?
I got my life saved by a wolf. My friend's pet wolf. A moose charged me, and my friend had a pet wolf and a wolf husky mix, and they killed a moose and saved me.
Is that like a normal thing?
Now that was pretty weird. That was pretty weird.
Also, we had another great interview with Mr. Wives.
Okay, pretend the cameras are invisible. Pretend the cameras are in their underwear.
We're Mr. Wives, and we're hanging out at Astoria Soundworks.
It was so cool. We actually found one of their very first rehearsal spaces.
It was the first rehearsal
first?
space. Yeah.
Makes sense because it was in Astoria, and that's where they're based. So yeah, we found that rehearsal space and actually went there and did the interview there and talked to them all about how, the practices went there and like what it was like first starting out. And during that time, they were getting ready to play Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to kind of watch them grow. I mean, they were literally in our basement too.
Yeah.
And then they actually took us to the stoop that like where they lived in Astoria.
Oh my God, is it hot?
I know. That's what I was saying.
It was so much. I remember that was like one of the hottest days too.
It was
And
so hot. You wore leather.
I was wearing a leather jacket.
So funny.
And we were like walking around in the street, just like sun beating down, and everyone was wearing like shorts and tank tops. And I was like, guys, I got to keep the leather jacket on. I can't. Integrity.
Everyone loves participating in the dive. That's what I learned this year. It's everyone's favorite thing to make. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
But you guys had fun with the Taylor Swift dive.
1989.
2 more and up and down.
No, not that 1989. We're talking about the Grammy Award-winning album by Taylor Swift. So much fun.
That was genuinely so much fun.
Yeah.
Just because we do WTF Weekly together and we're also just friends, so to be able to do a dive together made it like, okay, we're not just alone here dying by ourselves. We have a
Who says we're dying
companion.
during the dive? No, we love it.
Well,
No. Yeah.
And we got to talk about our favorite person, Taylor Swift, which made it even better.
No,
There's so much
yeah.
to talk about.
It was so much fun working together, and it felt way more natural, especially like acting out the 80s.
We're like making fun of ourselves.
Being extra silly, more silly than usual.
Our other new series, WTF Weekly, our weekly pop cultural adventure. How do you guys even pick a favorite moment? There's so many.
Too many.
The first.
The very first one.
Yeah, I found a video of it today.
Let's look at that video right now.
Okay.
Cut to the film, boys.
So, we've never done Facebook Live before. We're so good at it. Anyway, my name is Kirsten. I am the managing editor at Baeblemusic.
I'm Nydia, and I'm the social media coordinator here at Baeble.
And today we're going to go over our In Our Ears choices for this Friday.
My hair in that video.
Oh my God,
It's like up
it's
here.
like so blurry. You can't even tell. It wasn't even WTF Weekly yet. It was
It was In Our Ears.
and it was like Friday the 13th
right.
edition.
And we didn't know that like we wanted the production value to be good. So we were just
No.
like, oh, let's just use our phone.
We were in like a Wi-Fi-less room, so it was just like pure.
You were in the
like, hey
hallway.
guys,
br-
this
you
is
were
Kirsten.
you were in the break room in the hallway.
Yeah. And like we didn't know that it wasn't going smoothly until we got back in here and everyone was like,
Ooh, that was terrible.
Yeah, we were like, you couldn't see anything. We were like, great.
I have one more question. What was like the biggest surprise this year?
Yeah, I got a couple of surprises.
Okay.
Yeah, my big surprise was Noah Khan.
So when you're mad for no reason at everything at once, and when you start overthinking, I'll be drinking at home.
I saw him on the schedule. He kind of like, kid with a guitar that moseyed in, and my note on him is the essence of a young man touching people with his music. Beth Hart.
That's what I was gonna say.
Love is a lie. Love is a lie. Love is a lie. And I know I'm going. You can call it a game, but there's no greater pain when it's stuck in the vein. I know I'm going down.
That's the biggest voice I've ever heard in my life. That was like, the power behind that. I don't understand where that comes from. I was baffled. Yeah.
AJR.
Snow Day.
Yep, I'm gonna miss this someday. I'm gonna miss this someday. Yep, I'll miss another Friday.
I mean, it was like
a foot of snow.
A foot and a half snow to come in and shoot their session with us.
Yeah, that was like the snowstorm of the year.
It was.
I don't think I came in.
Yeah, I don't think I came in
No,
either.
half the staff wasn't here.
Yeah, we weren't here, but AJR made it.
I heard about it so much afterwards, though.
Leave us behind, but I'll be there next time. I'll be there next time.
I think that wraps.
That's it.
That wraps things up.
So,
We've been through every video, but yeah. Any parting words from our fearless leader?
What do you want in 2018? Other than Taylor Swift.
That was really.
I always get told no.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys. It
All
was
right.
it was fun talking about the year in content, video content, content, not content. Content's a
Content.
content. It was fun talking about the year in Baeble
Continents.
video, and looking forward to making a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Should I go for more clicks this year?
I think we should end this how we end every interview with every artist. I think that's a good note to leave off on.
Awesome.
Just like chew up an hour.
Yeah, we chewed up a lot of time. It's gonna be a fun.
Whoever's editing this.
It's gonna be a fun.
Yeah, sorry.
Or should I follow the click in my ear?